Okay, grade 2. We are going to be working on a new unit, and it is about number sense. And today we're going to be starting a part called equal and not equal. So the symbol we know for equal is this, that's the equal sign. And for not equal, it's like this, not. So I think this is going to seem very simple to you, and I think you're going to whip through this lesson no problem. So I'm going to try to keep it short, but I've got two rows or chains of blocks. And first thing I just want to think about is how many are in each chain. So right now we're not really worrying about the equal or not equal part at this point. We're just looking at these chains, and we see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this chain. And there is 1, 2 in that chain. And how many are there altogether? Well, 5 and 2 more. 5, 6, 7. 7 altogether. We make an equation. 5 plus 2 equals 7. I think you understand that part, right? Okay, so we have 5 here and 2 there. But what if I just take one of these pieces there and I put it over on this chain? Now, what is my equation now? Now it is 4 plus 3. Have I changed the total number? No, still 7. This is kind of like our how many ways. If we were doing how many ways to make 7, I could leave just 1 here, put the rest over here. That would be 1. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 6 equals 7. Is it the same amount? I have not added any more or taken any away. I've just moved them from one side to the other. So I'm not changing how many are there. Okay, I've changed it a little bit now. This time, how many do I have on this side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many on this side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know that 5 and 5 is 10. And we've already talked about this a lot, the friendly numbers. All the ones that pair up to make 10. Okay, so I could have 5 plus 5. That one over here. I could have 4 plus 6. Or, oh, it's really hard to move. Here we go. Dropping everything. There we go. That is 3 plus 7. You can see I'm not adding or taking away any from all of them together. I'm just moving some from here to here. And we can keep on going. I could keep changing it. It could be 2 plus 8 and 1 plus 9. We know that those are the friendly numbers. Those are the ones you want to remember when we're doing our addition facts. Now in your book, there's going to be questions that look like this on page 141. And it just has it all attached together, but it says, what addition does this model show? So basically they want you to count up how many red ones there are and write a number, and then count up how many white ones there are and write the number. And then that is the addition, and then all together the answer. Okay? So I'm just going to do it in my thing here because I've just make this a little bigger. Okay. So if I count the red, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if I count the white, 1, 2, 3. And how many altogether? Well, we just did this one. 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's one of the friendly numbers. So altogether is 10. That's what this is showing. So you're going to have some questions where you have to write in the right numbers, and you're going to have somewhere you have to find out the total amount. And this is what they're doing in those questions. So here's another couple examples. It says, what addition sentence does this model show? So you can pause for a minute and see if you can figure it out, and then you can look at my answer. Pause. Okay, so how do you do it? You count how many white ones there are. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. You count how many darker colors. There's 2. So it's 4 plus 2, which is 6. Did you get that? Good. Okay, now try the next one. And you can pause me. Okay, so in this one, how many dark colors are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you write 5, and you're going to add it to how many white ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 and 6, 11. We know that because 5 plus 5 is 10. So 5 plus 6 is 1 more. I don't have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on my fingers. I can just remember that. You all know 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay, so on page 141, they're going to give you questions. Sometimes they're twisted around. Like in this one, it has a blank here and then the equal sign and then 8 plus 3. So basically with an equation, you could either write 8 plus 3 equals, or you can say something equals 8 plus 3. It doesn't matter which way you do it. Okay, either way, you're saying 8 plus, the thing on this side of the equal sign has to equal the same amount as on this side, even if it's switched around. So in this case, they've already counted that there's 8 whites and 3 grays, but you have to figure out how many are all together. So you have to know what 8 plus 3 is. 8, 9, 10, 11. So the answer would be 11. Go either way. And you can remember that because if you know the friendly numbers is 8 plus 2 is 10, you know, well, this is 1 more, it's 11. Okay, then the next one. This time they've left out 2 spaces. Ooh, they're trying to be extra tricky. See how quick you can get it. So they've got the answer over here and something plus 9. So it's like solving a mystery. You got to figure it out. So all of these gray ones, that's the big one, that's the 9. So the thing that we're adding to the 9 must be these 2 small ones. So it's 2. And what's 2 and 9? Oh, 11. Notice that this row of blocks and this row of blocks are taking up the same amount of space. And this row of blocks is taking up the same amount of space, the same length. Each square is 1. So this one's going to equal 11. It's the same as all those. So I can start with 11. I know it by counting too. I can count it. And now they've just changed how many are white and how many are gray. They haven't changed the total number of blocks altogether, but they've just changed how many are white and how many are gray. So you have to count how many are white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many are gray? 4. And we've got that equals 11. because all of these equal 11 because they're all the same lengths. And that's what they're trying to show you here. So in your book, they're showing you a line here of blocks. They're filling in, and there's 2 gray, 5, and then all together. How many all together? So you have to do this with all of them. There's 3 plus 4. How many all together? I think for most of you, this is going to be pretty easy. I think you're probably thinking, I already know how to do this. So that's good. Let's just whip through it quickly. This one here, they switched it around. They have the 5 plus 3 over here, and you have to put the total here. Same here. But it doesn't matter. Remember, it doesn't matter which way. On this side now, they're going to be doing subtraction. I'll show you some things about that. So now we're going to talk a little bit about subtraction this way using these models. So you start with a larger group like this, and you need to know how many are all together. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 all together. And when you're subtracting, it's like we're going to take away. So let's just pretend I'm going to take away this one and this one. I'm taking away those 2. So it's like putting an X on them. So I take those ones away, they are gone. So I had 10, I took away 2, and now my 2 are over here, they're gone though. And what's 10 take away 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 left. Okay, so they're going to show it a little differently in your book, but this is this idea. The X's are how many are being taken away. Okay, so we here have, it says complete the subtraction sentence. So remember, in subtraction, the biggest number, the total amount goes at the beginning. So in this one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's why they wrote 9. So 9, and they're taking away how many did they take away to end up with 7? So if you count the ones that don't have an X, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how many were taken away? Well, each X is one of the ones taken away. So 1, 2. So 9 take away 2 equals 7. Then they've got this one for this one right here. It's starting with, oh, see, they've switched it around. Notice they have the answer here. They have how many here. So just remember, you can write them either way. You can put this part on this side of the equal sign, and this part on this side. It doesn't change it. So 3 is equal to, so there's 3. How many were there all together? So we have to figure that out first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 all together. How many X's were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're taking away 5, and 8 take away 5 equals 3. You can also write it this way. 8 take away 5 equals 3. Either way, it's the same. 3 equals 8, subtract 5. Then down here, just look and see how they have it. Oh, this time they have a blank, subtract a blank equals a blank. So in subtraction, we have to put the biggest number first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll get 10. And how many are we taking away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 take away 6. And what's left over? 4. Okay. So there's a lot of those on page 142 in your book. Okay, so I'm just going to show you another way that you can write things that are equal or not equal. Okay. So here I have, if I was to do an addition for this, I would say there's 3 plus 3, and that equals, it's 3 and 3, 6. And down here, I have 2 plus 4. that also equals 6. Okay, so I can write my thing this way, but the funny thing is you can also write an equation saying these two together. So if I was to take these and put them together, and put these ones and put them together, and put them right beside each other, you can see they're the same exact length. So that means that 3 plus 3 is equal to 2 plus 4. So I could write it like this, and this is what they're going to show you. 3 plus 3 equals 2 plus 4. Because it's the same amount. 3 plus 3 is 6, and 2 plus 4 is 6. So 3 plus 3 equals 2 plus 4. They are the same amount on both sides. Okay. Now you can do the same thing. Oh, hold on, I'm not going to share this with you right now. I'm just going to show you this. You can do the same thing in subtraction too. You can make an equation the same way, as long as both sides are equal to the same thing. So right here, I'm going to make my answer be 2. Okay. So in this one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to leave it so that I have 2 left. Okay. So, but right now I have 7. So 7, and I'm going to take away however many I need to so that I end up with just 2. So I need to take away this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to take away 5. 7 take away 5 is equal to 2. So I'm going to do that right now. There was 7, taking away 5. It's going over here, and I'm left with just 2. Now in this one, I'm going to leave, looks like a little happy face, doesn't it? I want to leave 2. So I'm going to have how many I have all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many do I have to take away? 1, 2, 3, 4. If I take away those 4, I'm just going to have 2. So I'm going to take away 4. 6 take away 4 equals 2. Goodbye 4. So now I'm left with 2 here and 2 here. Is that equal? Yes. I've got 2 left here and 2 left here. So that means 7 take away 5 and 6 take away 4 are equal. So I can write them like this. Where can I write it? Over here. 7 take away 5 equals 6 take away 4. Because 7 take away 5 is 2, 6 take away 4 is 2, so they're equal. If you don't understand, watch it one more time and you might get it. It's a little bit twisting your brain around a little bit. So on page 143 in your book, this is what it's doing. It's showing here first an addition one. See the length of those squares? This row and that row is the same, so they're equal. But they're showing you 2 plus 5, so 2 gray and 5 white. And here they're showing 4 and 3. But all together, they're the same. So 2 plus 5 is the same, is equal to 5 plus 3. And you can tell because their rows are exactly the same length. When you're adding, the rows have to be the exact same length. Okay, so they're doing it again here. They're showing you the top one they've given you. This is 3 plus 6. This is 5 plus 4. Notice the rows are the same length. So they're equal. So you just write these down here. Okay, now with subtraction, the rows don't have to start off the same length, but they have to end at the same length. So notice they're the same here if you're just looking at the white. So if they end at the same length, then they're equal. So 9 take away 3 ends up with 6. And 8, altogether there's 8, we took away 2, that ends up with 6. So 6 and 6 are equal. So down here you're going to write, you're not writing 6 equals 6. You're going to write 9 minus 3 is equal to 8 minus 2. You're just saying that both, either way you do it, you still end up with 6. And the same here. So then on page 144, this is where they're talking about writing equal or not equal. They want you to put the word in, the word equal or the word not equal. Okay, so all of the ones on this page are adding. So we can start by knowing that if the length of these bars all the way is the same, then there's the same number of squares. And if there's the same number of squares in each bar, they're equal. So 7 plus 2 and 4 plus 5 are equal. When I look at this one, first thing I'm going to look at is how long the bar is. Well, this bar is one more than this. See, they're not the same. So 5 plus 6, this is 5 plus 6, and this is 8 plus 4. Are they equal or are they not equal? So the trick here when it's adding is to look to see, are the bars the same length? If they are, you're going to write equal. Okay? And then for subtraction, the trick here is not to look at the bars at the beginning, because you can have a bigger number and a smaller number that you're subtracting. But when you've taken away, so you can use your finger to cover up all the ones that are taken away, are those two bars that are left equal? Yes, they're both 5. So 7 take away 2 is 5, and 8 take away 3 is 5. So 7 minus 2 and 8 minus 3 are equal, because if I cover up these, the two white bars are the same. So let's look at this one. This top one is showing 11, all the way across is 11, and they're taking away 3. And this is showing 8, all the way across is 8, and they're taking away 1. So if I cover them, are they even? They're not. So 11 minus 3 and 8 minus 1 are not equal. And you can count how many whites are here and how many whites are here. And if they're not the same, it's not equal. And that's what you do for these two. Oh, and then on this side, it's the same, except for writing the word equal and not equal is a little harder. Instead of writing the word in the box, you are just going to put the symbol. So remember, the equal sign with a line in it is for not equal. So if here, notice it's 8 take away 3 and 9 take away 2. So if you just cover up all those, it's kind of hard to do because they're not equal. I can't do it very well. My finger has to be crooked. If they were equal, I could put my fingers straight, right? They're not. They're not equal. So you could do the equal sign with a line. Always check to see if it's adding. Because remember, with adding, I'm going to know if I just look at this whole bar and I can see if it's not even with this whole bar, it's not going to be equal. That's an adding one. Oh, and down here, it's subtraction. You have to put the X's on. So they're giving you the total number, then you have to take away 11. So you have to do 11 X's. And here they give you the total number and you have some, you write the X's in, and then you're going to tell me, is it equal or not equal? Okay, guys, I think that you've got that, no problem. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.